Litha, the summer solstice, is only a few days away now. On June 21st, the sun reaches its zenith in the sky, bringing the longest day and shortest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Litha is a celebration of nature's abundance and fertility, and there is a very good reason why many ancient cultures worshipped sun gods and goddesses, because they knew that the sun is the giver of light and therefore life. The time of hard work is rewarded by the lush abundance, and so we are invited to honor Earth's generosity around this time of the year. Midsummer has also long been associated with fire rituals, and fires in general were a part of many ancient festivities. So, for the summer solstice, great bonfires were lit to honor the solar force. Women wore wildflowers woven into wreaths, dancing, celebrating. A variety of herbs was thrown into the fire to bless the year and drive away evil forces, just to name a few traditions. Litha really is the time to honor growth, passion and creation, both in the outer world and within ourselves. But as the sun enters the astrological sign of Cancer, a water sign, we are also reminded of the need for balance. While the fire element inspires action and transformation, water brings emotion, intuition and flow. The intense heat of summer begins to reveal both the nourishing and destructive aspects of the sun. It is a reminder that too much fire is destructive, but just enough brings warmth, light and life. And so the summer solstice can serve as a personal checkpoint, a moment to pause and reflect on the first half of the year. We are invited to honor what we've cultivated so far and notice what still needs tending. It's a moment to recognize growth, restore balance where it's missing, and gently release what no longer serves us. So Litha really is the perfect time to work and connect with the element of fire, to connect with the spirit of fire, both literally and symbolically. And just as nature reaches its peak right now, we too are invited to evoke this inner fire in ourselves. Now, light particles exist in every single cell of our body, and they really remind us that a small fire is burning in every single cell of us. And we all embody all of the 4 elements, right? Our bones are earth, our breath is air, our blood is water, and our heartbeat and this small fire that is burning in every single cell of us is the element of fire. And so this time of the year really is the perfect time to get this inner fire burning again. And yes, burnout is a thing. It's when we lost that spark and this inner fire went out, right? That's why it's called burned out. So this Sabbath really invites you to reflect on these kind of themes, and you are invited to ask yourself, what spark are you ready to grow into a steady and glowing fire? And what do you need to spark that inner fire in the first place? Is it dancing or singing or gardening or drawing? Now, when I went to the Beltane Festival a few weeks ago, I learned how to make fire in the original way. And it was an interesting experience because I thought that the first spark is the most difficult part of making a fire. But it turned out that keeping the fire glowing, keeping the fire burning is much more difficult. So we learned that in the first 30 minutes, you really want to connect with the spirit of fire, connect with the needs of the fire and really feel into it. Like, what does it need? What does it need to keep burning? Does it need more air or less air, right? So it was really interesting, and it really showed me that the first spark most of the time is easily done, but really keeping the fire burning is so much more difficult. So really see what you need to get this first spark and then keep it glowing and turning it into a bigger and steady fire. But because this Sabbath is also about balance, you can ask yourself, where do you have too much or too little fire in your life? In what area of your life do you have too much or too little? Like maybe you do too much in this area of your life, but you actually need more rest. Or where are you too passive? Where do you need more of the fire to get a little fire burning and then grow it into something bigger, right? And even a simple act like waking up early and watching the sunrise is a really beautiful way to reconnect to your own inner light. Last week I went to a shamanic retreat. After preparing for a whole day, we lit a big fire, sang to the fire spirit and waited until the fire burned down. And we then walked or danced over the hot coals. It was just the perfect timing because I have been celebrating the different Sabbats not only for a few days or one day, but a few weeks to really embody the energy of the season. And so firewalking was the perfect initiation for my Litha celebrations this year. But please never do firewalking without a trained person. There are many other ways how you can work with the fire spirit. One of my favorite ways to connect to the element of fire is by creating an effigy, which will serve as a representation of your intention, and you then burn it in a Litha fire ritual. You can work with an effigy to release something like fears or old habits, or to call something in, such as a wish. Now to create yours, collect herbs, flowers or wooden sticks and tie everything together. And you can also decorate it with ribbons. Now I'm going to show you the effigy that I made last week, but this should really take some time and intention, and you should really think about what is best to represent your intention. And I really did my best to recreate my intention with the natural materials that I could find, and I always made sure that I asked the plant in a shamanic way if it is okay to take a leaf or a flower, and I also accept it if the answer is no. So I always do this, and yeah, this is what I collected this day. And if you like, you can also write your wish on a piece of paper and attach it to the effigy, or write it directly on a piece of wood. This is what we did last week. And I also recommend that you make a smaller effigy if you don't have a lot of space to burn it, like I have at home only a small bowl. And please make sure that you always use a fireproof bowl and that you are safe when you want to make a little Litha fire ritual like this. And you might also want to write a spell and recite it, and then before giving the effigy to the fire, take a moment to connect with the spirit of fire and speak your intention aloud. And as you offer the effigy to the flames, you can recite your spell if this is something that you have decided for. And I have written one for you, so I hope you like it. Spirit of fire, I call to thee. Accept this gift I offer wholeheartedly. Transform it now with dancing flame, and let the smoke go where it's aimed. Carry my wish through ash and air, to spark the change that waits out there. Now, I'm a little bit late this year because we had some construction going on at our house, but tending to the garden is a part of how I prepare for Litha. And so I wanted to redo the fairy garden and plant some vegetables, because having a garden where fruits and vegetables are growing is a beautiful physical reminder of growth and abundance. And it really doesn't matter how big or small your space is. I had to learn that for myself, and now I'm taking baby steps toward my dream of owning a big garden where I can grow my own food. And since space is limited right now, I decided to create a little vegetable patch to grow some pumpkin and zucchini. And for that I repurposed a wooden box and lined it with foil to make it waterproof, added some soil, and finally planted my vegetables. And I know there is no draining holes inside, but this spot gets so hot, so I'm rather worried that it has not enough water, so they will be fine, magical ones. These two little guys will be fine. But I really can't wait to watch them grow and hopefully harvest some pumpkins this autumn. And you can even place an intention in the soil as you plant, and as your garden grows, it becomes a living reminder that your wishes and goals are growing too. Oh, and I left a little gift for the garden gnomes, of course, and I hope that they will help keep the snails away. I want to do another ritual on the day of the summer solstice itself, and so to prepare for this I'm placing all of my magical tools in the sunlight to let them soak up the energy of the sun. And this is a really beautiful way to infuse everything with this vibrant, life-giving energy of the sun. And you can also charge your tools during the summer solstice itself, which again is the most powerful day of the sun of the year. And I'll do another round of charging after the ritual to fully harness the sun's peak energy. I have been collecting and drying a lot of herbs last year and this year, and so I thought making a sun-infused oil would be a really cute idea to prepare for Litha and celebrate Litha this year. Now, I chose some of the herbs that I dried, and I really wish I had calendula because this would have been the perfect color for Litha, but I work with what I have, and I then poured some oil on top. Now this will infuse under the sun for a few weeks, and every few days I will shake the jar to allow everything to soak in the goodness of the herbs. And later on I will use it to anoint my magical tools. Now I learned that if you are using fresh herbs, a really toxic bacteria can grow inside of the oil. And so I'm only going to use my oils for external uses like anointing my magical tools. Never ever use them internally, and please always do your own research if you decide to make your own oils. I also got myself some flowers to really get into this fresh, abundant energy, and I chose flowers in the color of Litha, like yellow and just this really warm sunset, pinkish kind of color. I just really love fresh flowers and always get myself a bouquet of flowers for every single Sabbath. And the last thing I wanted to do to prepare for Litha was to craft a sun ornament. Now, I originally had hoped to thrift one, but after months of searching in the thrift stores without any luck, I finally decided to make one myself. And I simply used air dry clay and shaped my sun, and I was not sure if I should give it a face or not, because seriously, is anyone else creeped out by the faces on those store-bought sun ornaments? Like, just why? But I was also not happy with the face that I sculpted, so a normal sun it is. And this little sun will hang above my altar, which we'll be decorating together next week. Alright, magical one, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it could give you some inspiration how you can celebrate Litha this year if you are celebrating. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to do the YouTube magic, like the video, it really helps me out a lot. It shows the YouTube fairies that they can show the content to more people. Also comment down below how you are going to celebrate, if you are celebrating Litha or the Wheel of the Year in general. channel and also share the video with someone who still may need some inspiration for this time of the year. And yeah, we will hang out again next week. So I really hope you have a beautiful, magical week and see you then. Bye bye.